Hey King, how you doing? My beautiful, beautiful partner. Hey Blue. I'm gonna wait just a little while for a little bit more people to come in. Sit up here so y'all can hear me. How you doing tonight, Blue? Wavy, how you doing? I am great. Thank you for asking. Tonight is going to be a special episode, and I hope you all enjoy it. I just want to let each and everybody know tonight in the audience, if you are going through anything, always remember you are enough. May God bless you all. I'm going to give a little bit more time. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got to let you know you are enough. I say it all the time. It's okay not to be okay, but you are enough. It really is. It's okay for you not to be okay. But just know that you are enough. It's like 7:03. Hey Dirty, how you doing? I'm gonna give it to like 7:05, and I'm gonna let my beautiful partner get in the box, and she's gonna introduce our guest. But first, she's gonna introduce herself. But like I said, thank you for coming out to You Are Enough. Me and my beautiful, beautiful partner, OG Blue Phoenix. Um, it's at 7 o'clock on Sundays. It's at 7 p.m. on Sundays. And we just want to let anybody know that whatever they're going through, you are enough. We just can't stress it enough. You are enough.
Howdy, y'all.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, excuse me. What to do, everybody? It's OG Blue, the second GQ. Y'all can catch me every Sunday here with this lovely lady with the purple hair. Every Sunday. I mean, every single Sunday. Well, actually, our last episode of the season will be December 17th. We'll be back January 7th, and then every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me anywhere y'all see the GQ crowns, anywhere you see G Wear No Way. Catch me on IG, Snapchat, if you want to be on Hood Feud or any of the other GQ content, Attack of the Zodiac. Even if you want to be a guest on this show, holla at me. I got you. I'm the one to know. Let's go. All right, so my beautiful co-host has given me the honor of introducing our special guest of honor, which gives me honor because this is my friend, and my friend reached out to me and told me she was ready to tell her story, and she chose our show to do it, and I am so honored and elated. So, with that being said, I would like to welcome Wavy Customs. She is a sneaker designer, big sneakerhead. Make sure y'all go click on the link in her IG to vote for her. She is my fellow Gemini queen. And please believe it's all about the Canarsie Brooklyn vibe we got going on. Don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. So if you could please request a box, y'all make sure y'all give a round of applause for Wavy.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, beautiful.
Wavy.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All
I'm
right.
doing fine.
Hold on, I'm trying to.
Okay.
Try to pour me up a drink. This gonna be a whew, one of them ones.
All right,
Hey, y'all.
listen, it's not featured, so we do ask
It's
that the
not
language
featured
is
right
kept to the profanity is kept to a minimum, but it'll be free. Be you telling your story, so just make sure you're comfortable. This is
Okay.
not it's a show, but it's not a show. We're family. It's just like we just chopping it up on the block, so no reason to be
All right.
too nervous.
So would you please introduce yourself, and you could go ahead and start telling us a little bit about your journey?
Sure. My name is Wavy. For those who don't know, Wavy, your favorite sneaker customizer. Hello. I customize sneakers, and I also am a real estate investor. Me and Blue is from the same neck of the woods. Well, I was raised in that neck of the woods, but I'm originally from Barbados. Um, a little bit about my journey or what I'll be talking about is pretty much how I dealt with having breast cancer, how I came about and finding out, and where I'm at today as far as like my journey. So, starting December of 2022, I started having like really, really bad pains in my left breast. Didn't think much of it. I just pretty much thought like it was just like normal. No, sometimes we are sore. Some, ladies, you understand.
Right.
So I wasn't thinking that it was something that could be serious. A little backstory of that: my mother had cancer 10 years ago. She's a survivor, and I kind of just went to her after having it for like a week straight, and she told me I should just go get checked out. Cancer is like very big in my family. I have lost a lot of people to cancer as much as other people as well. But so I made an appointment and everything like that. I didn't get an appointment until like mid January. Um, at first they didn't want to see me because they kept saying like, oh, your age, you're too young. I don't think that will be the case. I had to kind of go back and give them a whole history as to who in my family had cancer, so they can approve that. So after they've written out, bear with me, the recommendation for me to get it, to get checked. I ended up going there. I got checked, and they were like, they want to do further testing. So I wasn't prepared for. Um, they wanted to do a biopsy, and I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what. I'm thinking that you just do like you go through like the X-rays, and then they kind of could just tell you, but nah. Um, the biopsy, for people that don't know, they literally cut you, and they go inside and take a piece of the flesh out to be tested. And it was like the most painful thing I went through ever. So after that, I felt like I waited. I was kind of like anxious to like find out because I'm like, they doing all of that. It has to be something like big, right? And I waited. So results didn't come back right away. I had to wait actually 3 weeks to get results back. So it was like February, like around Valentine's Day, I ended up getting my results. So it was very hard for me when they called me and told me. It was kind of like, I don't know. I kind of felt numb, as like I didn't want to believe it. Um, and then it was just like a bunch of things that went through my mind as if being told something like that, you think about death, you think about family, you think about people that's around you. It's just kind of like everything comes so quick, and you gotta. For me, I'm good with handling situations. Like I'm very calm. I don't overreact, or But that situation right there, kind of, it had me in a moment as to. Um, I didn't want to tell anybody. I kind of just wanted to separate. I didn't tell anybody for sure. I carried that with me for months. Um, so it was just kind of like trying to. It's like somebody telling you something and you trying to like hurry up and try to like maybe I could correct it. Maybe if I go, you watching the Dr. Sebi stuff, you looking at. I'm going on TikTok. I'm looking at what they talking about on TikTok. Start drinking this. Start eating this. Start doing this. As if it would be like an overnight quick cure. You get what I'm saying? Um, but nah, it wasn't like that at all. No matter what I drank, what I ate, I got really sick. It got to the point where I started losing my hair. It got to the point where I was very like in a depressed state where it was just kind of like I didn't want to attach to nobody. I didn't want to make friends. I didn't want like because I felt like that wouldn't be fair for me to make friends and then something happened to me.
It's
So
okay.
I would disconnect.
It's
So
okay. It's okay.
a lot of the
Um,
time people um you get close to people and stuff like that and you feel like you don't want them to hurt, right? And then it may be somebody that may feel like, yo, Wavy, that's selfish because why why wouldn't you want to tell me that? Like why wouldn't you want to um open up about that? Like maybe I can help you during this journey, maybe I can encourage you. At least if it's a expiration date coming, like we don't know, only God knows that. We could be here for you to be like for your last moments or whatever. So for me, it was just kind of like people may have looked at it like that once I decided to open up about it I opened up about it like this past summer. But a lot of people looked at it like I was selfish, but it was kind of like I don't want to hurt people, right? So moving forward, all the doctor's appointments, throwing up, not being able to keep food down, um, just looking at my kids every day and just I didn't want to show them that. Like I'm very open as to my kids see me cry and stuff like that. I don't gotta go in a room and cry and nothing like that. But in this particular situation, it was like nah, because I don't want my kids to start feeling like, yo, today my mom could be here today, and then tomorrow she could be gone. You get what I'm saying? So I never told anybody. I kind of just held it. I just held it, and it was hard. It was very hard because my mom, she noticed like I started losing a little bit of weight, and she'll just be like, "Girl, you losing weight?" Da da da. And I'm like, she don't even know it was because of sickness, like as to why I'm losing weight, right? So after all the doctor's appointments and stuff like that, they gave me the news. They gave me some medication that like try to put me on medication. Anybody that knows me, I'm very like against medication. It's a Caribbean thing. Like I grew up, we didn't take medicine. We had home remedies for everything. So I didn't really like taking no pills. So I refused it. But they told me, it was stage 2 cancer, by the way. They told me that the medicine would make me not feel like nauseous. I'll be able to keep food down and stuff like that. But when I started taking it, it made me sicker. It made me sicker. And then when they started having me go to like chemo, that's when I really started to feel more like this is it right here. Like chemo is like to me, I don't think that could save my life. I don't think going in there and under that radiation is burning my skin, is making my skin darker. I'm super tired. I'm in pain. I don't think that it's healing me. I think it's making it worse, right? So after I went to chemo for like 2 months. I just made the choice to stop going. I just was like, nah, you know. At first, I felt defeated, as if like I just wanted to stop. I didn't want to be near nobody. I didn't. I still journaled. I still prayed. I still, uh, you know, the same things I was doing before, but at the same time, I was falling into a dark space. I remember I was talking to somebody around that time. I remember I was talking to a guy around that time of me getting the news, and he was like, "What's going on with you? Like, you throwing up and shit?" Like, and I'm like, "I just don't feel good." You know what I'm saying? I don't feel good. And he was like, "Yo, but you be sick and you be moody and stuff like all the time." And I could have told him. I didn't tell him, but he ended up leaving my side anyway. So that wasn't even meant to be. But um, having people in my corner who genuinely support me, it was like they already support me. So I didn't want the, oh, you sick, you don't feel good, you know what I mean? I didn't want that. I didn't want to feel like I was a burden on other people. I didn't want that. So I stayed very disconnected. And then I was like, for people that don't know, I've been on the app since 2020. And then my page got hacked. I come back 2 years later, my page got hacked, and then they give it back to me, and then it's not the same. So I got to start all over on Tag, and I was discouraged from that. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna come back to streaming and stuff, but it was just something that just kept telling me like even during that time, my I felt like my story needed to be heard. I needed to talk, right? And I didn't know how to come about doing that. So I wasn't gonna come back to Tag at all. And then my mentor, Sweet Tea, I went to her stream and I talked to her for a while. And she was like, Wavy, I know you don't want to, but starting over is not hard. You know, sometimes it's the best move. Just come back. If you feel like that's what you really want to do, come back. So I ended up coming back, and then I met you, beautiful people. But I came back and I was like, I don't know if I want to stream. Like maybe I'll just be a gifter and just fall back. People don't know what's going on, so if something happened to me, you're not gonna feel because you're not gonna know, right? So I ended up streaming, and I remember I went to the doctor um, again, and they were like, we may have to test you one more time. We got to make sure that it's not spreading in your body. You got to stay in the hospital for like 2 weeks. So I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I didn't stream. I didn't do nothing. I was going to people's streams and stuff from my bed. Um, and then they just told me like what they always tell people, if you start changing how you eat, take vitamins, work out, weight could be a factor. And I'm like, bro, I'm losing weight. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? And I just felt like the doctors wasn't as understanding and caring of my feelings or what I was going through. And it was like it's stages. You're gonna be in disbelief first. You may fall into depression. These things may take place, and we just preparing you. And the way that they was talking to me, it was as if I was dying, right? So I was like, I don't want to tell my mother. I don't want to tell my mother because I don't know. I didn't want her to feel that. I didn't want her to feel that.
If y'all are just getting here, this is You Are Enough with my co-host, Real Sister 46. I'm OG Blue. We are here every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we have the wonderful and strong and always love Wavy Customs with us. She is telling her survivor story. Because you got to remember, baby, you are a survivor. So you already finished the first hurdle. So
Right,
just take your time. You got this.
right.
Continue when you're ready.
I didn't want her to feel like she was losing her child. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't tell her. I actually started like writing out my will. I started writing up individual letters to people who I felt, they would need to know what was going on if I was no longer here. Um, and then I met some beautiful people, you know what I'm saying? And they kind of got my mind off of that, right? Um, I met my beautiful sister, my best friend, my sister Zena. Uh, my significant other before he was my significant other, and those were the people that um, were around me who, they didn't understand what was going on either because it was like at that point I was very like angry and I was very and it had nothing to do with anybody else, but it was like if you came in my stream, you probably like what the hell wrong with her? Because I was snappy with certain people. And you didn't know how I was coming. It could be one day I'm chill, and then one day I'm not. And it was something that couldn't be controlled because one day were giving me 5 different pills to take. I was trying to keep food down. I still was going to doctor's appointments and stuff like that. I still was trying to stay focused on my business, right? Because business don't stop. And I still was doing things for other, and that's why if you go on my business page, you see how doing those customs for the little girl who had cancer, why it meant so much to me, and that was because of that. You know what I mean? And people didn't know; they just think like, "Yo, that's like wow, like them sneakers is fire." Da da da. And I'm like, "Nah, it's deeper than that." Because me and her battling the same thing, but she's 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 35. I didn't turn 36 yet, and it was very hard for me to. Once the mom told me that she passed away, I dealt with that. I kind of fell into that, so I my birthday had came. I remember my birthday came, and it was like whoa. I definitely broke down crying because around that time, people who was in my corner at that time, who I thought, there was like a lot of support. You know what I mean? And it was just kind of like, do you say it now? Do you mention it now, or you don't say it at all? Would you rather tell somebody that you really sick and stuff, and then people want to just start having like the sympathy for you? I didn't want that. I didn't want that at all. I'm very like to myself with a lot of things. I'm private, so it was like, damn, I gotta share it with my best friend. I gotta share it. They don't even know they gonna how you gonna hear about it. Is nobody gonna come to tag and be like, yo, Wavy passed. You know what I mean? You won't know. And I was like, that's kind of like unfair. I kind of battled going back and forth with that. Um, but it was just a lot of things. It was like, man, I'm about to write my will and I'm leaving this to my kids and my mother and my father. This is what it is, and I'm gonna leave a letter. Hey, this is what I'm gonna leave behind. I wasn't suicidal, but I came close to it because I felt like that pain. I can't describe the pain of having cancer. Like I can't describe it. It's your whole body hurts. It's like you laying in bed and you just like bruh. And then they giving you all these pills and putting shit. They want you to put all this stuff in your body, and you just like, yo, y'all just like trying to finish me off quicker. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll send me home. Then I have to do overnight stays. Then they'll send me home again. So it was just a lot of that. I battled a lot. And there was even points when I questioned God for real, because I'm like, yo, why would you let me be sick, bro? Like, why? Like, why right now? Like, I got kids. I got kids that I got to take care of. Like, and I don't want nobody else to take care of my kids, right? I don't even want to leave that burden on my mother, like, because my mother raised all 4 of us, right? And I know she will step up and do whatever is necessary for her grandkids, but I don't want to put that on her. So why would you make me go through that, right? Why would you bring all these people in my life just for me to die, right? So it was things that I was battling for real. It was things that I was battling, and then you know, um, I just felt like I could have told my story a long time ago. I could have. It just wasn't the time. It wasn't the time, and I felt like I always say that I didn't want nobody to feel like, oh my God, Wavy, you need us to do anything? You need me to come over? I didn't want that. I didn't want that, right? So I just said I'm not gonna say that to nobody. But it was the most painful like thing that I went through. It was very hard for me. I started drinking a lot to get away from the pain. I didn't smoke at that time, but I was drinking a lot of alcohol. I would come on live and I would be drinking all the time, like big bottles. Not, but it was me trying to escape that, right? But when you sober up, you hit back with that. It's right back here. You know what I'm saying? It's right back. You feel me? It's like you woke up, you got a hangover, but the depression, everything is right back. You know what I'm saying? So I still battle with depression, even though cancer is out of my body now. I still have days when I may be in pain. I still have days. If it's anything, I feel like I get scared when I go to the doctor. They be like, we're going to test and just make sure. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, ma. Hello. Um, but it was just kind of like, you know, it wasn't fair to other people who were coming around me because if you came in my life and you met me during that time, you would be like, what is wrong with her? Like, I'm not coming back to Wavy Stream no more. Like, cause why is she talking to people like that? And what's wrong with her? She got an attitude problem, but you never know what somebody's going through, right? You don't know. I didn't tell y'all. So y'all looking at it like, yo, son, I ain't going to her stream no more. I am not going to her stream no more. You bugging. You know what I'm saying? So the first person that I ever told that I felt very, very safe, uh, I felt very safe with telling this my significant other. And yeah, I confided in telling him because I knew for one I wouldn't be judged. I know he would not look at me.
It's okay, baby. I promise it is okay. Take your time.
I knew that he would not look at me different. I knew that he would not walk away from me. And I felt like I was blessed in the time that I was going through a storm because a man that loves you no matter what, even when all your hair fall out from chemo, even when they know that my moods are different or I'm in pain and I'm hurting or I just need reassurance or to hear some uplifting words, he was there for me when nobody else was there for me. So it was very hard for me to tell him that, but I felt like I didn't want to just like meet him and be in a relationship and then something happened to me, right? That wouldn't have been fair. That wouldn't have been fair. And then my best friend, who I talk to every single day, and I'm on FaceTime, and she don't know that I'm in pain. And or when I get off the phone, I just randomly be emotional and I'm crying, and nobody knows, nobody sees that. So kind of like I felt I had to, um, I had to. If I didn't let anybody else know, uh, I definitely had to let them know. You know what I mean? So I'm just at that point in my life. To be honest, I felt like that's when I had a little bit of hope, right? And not to push all the spiritual stuff on y'all. I feel like God answered me when I questioned it. Um, because it was at one point I just felt like I'm not with nobody. I'm not in a relationship. Finding that out in February, there's nobody like really, really close to me. Like, so if I die, I'm good. Like, my kids are good. My mom is good. Like, those were like the main things that kept like replaying. But then life, it started life, and if I didn't come back to tag, I wouldn't know those two people, those special people. You know what I'm saying? So Um, I'm very, very grateful it took time. So after my birthday, I still was drinking. I still was journaling. Um, I still was just trying to be me, although I was fighting. Anytime I turned the live off, I was fighting, right? I was fighting with it because it was like, I have to, should I tell them or should I not tell them, right? Um, and then I had an appointment for July. Um, I had an appointment for July, and they were like, "We don't know. It could have spreaded. We got to do some more tests." They did a lot of tests on me throughout the year, and I still was working on customs. I still was in here working and getting people's orders out, in pain, boobs hurting, uh, angry, emotional. I still was in here making sure I was making other people happy, and I was trying to right my wrongs in a way. I felt like how I was treating people at that time was very selfish. Uh, it was selfish of me, and it wasn't fair to those people. And I may have pushed people away along that journey, right? But working on customs and stuff like that, I felt like if I give away to these charities, if I do sneakers, if I do giveaways, if I just try to uplift people in a time that they may not be up and they need a little push, um, that's a chance for me to right my wrongs. I battled with it for a while. It was just me and myself, right? Because all I got is me and myself when I turn this camera off. I'm in a room by myself. So if you portraying to be somebody you're not, if you trying to wear that mask, and it's true, we do wear so everybody wear mask everywhere. Some people may be like me and don't want people to see, want them to see everything. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like I came to a place in my life where it was just like I gotta do right by people, whether I'm dying or not. I have to uh, do right by people because I felt like me giving back and doing all of that, all the things that I was doing as far as like the charities and stuff, I would give clothes away, sneakers and stuff like that. I felt like it was, in a sense, uh, kind of me just wanting to bless other people. So if something happened to me, and I ask myself this all the time during that time, if I died, would anybody even care? Would anybody even care? And if I died, what would it be that people would say about me? And I remember I was in my room for hours crying off of that. I was crying because it was like I don't want people to be like, "Oh, she was nasty. She was a bitch. She was this." And rest in peace to her, but you know what I'm saying? And those are things that like I battle with. So it's not just depression. It was alcoholism because I thought that was going to hide my pain, which it did temporarily. It was me thinking about my kids. Um, it was me not wanting to leave my mom behind to be responsible. And it was me just not wanting to put the burden on anybody. I didn't want nobody to feel bad for me. I didn't want nobody to feel like, something happened to her. Now I got to, you know what I mean? My mother would never. But those are just like thoughts that went through my mind. And I get into a relationship and I'm like, bruh, nah. First of all, this too good to be true. Second, because I'm used to dealing with toxic hood, you know what I mean? And second, what? I ain't about to tell you that. I'm not telling you none of that. For what? I don't even want you to get connected to me. Like, I don't want that because I don't want it to be you so connected to me and then I die. And then you're walking around with that, right? Or I could just keep it like, not to share too much about my personal life because I don't. but this just to give a little bit of insight. I would literally start arguments with my significant other so he would leave. I would literally start arguments so he would leave, so it would be easier for me to deal with this by myself and not to have this burden on his shoulders. And I did that for a couple months. I did that for a couple months. Yeah. So there were things that I was dealing with, and it was very dark. And y'all wouldn't know. Y'all wouldn't have known. I come in y'all streams, I gift y'all, I'm chilling, I'm laughing with y'all, I'm kikiing, all that. But when I'm off of this phone, I'm facing reality, and I'm in these doctor's appointments every week, that I'm in and out the hospital. I'm sick. I can't keep food down. I just felt like, being in so much pain, it's like, why would I want somebody to try to take care of me? Why would I want somebody to be, why? You know what I'm saying? So that was that. This is just like all the things I had to dive deep into. I had to dive deep into with myself. Um, and then I went to my last doctor's appointment, and I remember all the things I was going through my mind while I was sitting there and I was waiting. For one, I was crying because they didn't have to do one biopsy on me; they had to do two. And you got to do biopsy with no drugs. They don't they're not giving you no medicine. They can't give you no medicine to numb you. It's not like when I have a baby and they cut me open and they putting me under anesthesia and stuff. It's, you got to sit here and you got to deal with what we doing. And that was the most painful thing that I had to go through. Um, yeah, that was very painful for me. So Um, after that, of going through all of that, losing my hair, I thought I kind of like started losing confidence. Um, yeah.
I would like to thank you all for coming out tonight to You Are Enough at 7 p.m. with my beautiful co-host, OG Blue and Miss Wavy. I just want to let you know it's okay not to be okay, but you are enough. You are enough. I really want to thank you because it's hard coming out and telling your story. Everybody has a story, but don't nobody want to tell their story. So I thank you. I appreciate you for reaching out to OG Blue, want to get your story out. Just remember, you are enough. Blue.
You already know what it is with me and you. I love you to pieces.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, like, I've always admired your strength, even before I knew why you were so strong. And you are enough. You are, no matter what. You're pretty enough. You're talented enough. You're strong enough. You're brave enough. You're smart enough. You're more than enough. And I thank you for allowing us to let you. I thank you for using this platform to tell your story, because there's no telling who's listening in the background. Out of the 28 people that's in here, that has a similar story that is not as okay. They needed to hear that somebody else has the same experiences as them. And I'm just amazed because, again, like you pointed out, no, I would have never known had you not told me. It's not to say you hide it so well, but that's just how strong you are.
Yeah.
That even something as heavy of a burden as that, you can carry it with a smile and you can still make others feel great because I had no idea. I feel bad I had no idea, but I had no idea.
Yeah, I kept it away from everybody for a long time. Um, I just remember the chemo. Um, I felt that the chemo was killing me. I felt like that they told me that I would lose my hair and all that. And I had pretty long hair, and it started falling out. And I got to a point where I was just like, I'm gonna shave it. I'm gonna shave my whole head. And I just remember losing like my confidence. I remember just not feeling like how I used to feel, like, and not having the energy to get up to do the things that I used to do. Like, because before all of that, I would travel. I would travel a lot. And it was like I was creating, after that, I started creating like a bucket list of uh, all the things I wanted to do, all the places I wanted to go. Um, it was like that movie with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson when they were dying and they met each other in a hospital and they wanted to go travel and do all these things before they died. It was like that, but just by myself, right? And my mom was like, "You want to go all these places? Why you?" She didn't understand because she didn't know. Um, she was like, "Be safe, you know. If you go, I got the kids. Just be safe." And I remember buying my first like lace frontal wig, and you guys, I cried. I cried so bad because that day I went to the barber shop and he like, which you know, and I didn't tell him what's going on. I was like, I need a shave. I need all my hair is falling out. It's like coming out in clumps in the brush, and I don't feel beautiful anymore. I don't feel I just don't feel. So it was just kind of like uh, I was planning on traveling a lot of places this year, and kind of just marking them off as I do it. It was just not even just like places to travel. It was just like things to do. Like just secretly give this charity this amount of money and just do this and go to church and go here and do this. And I felt like uh, it was a way to right my wrongs. Right? It was just I felt like I could right my wrongs in that way. Those questions can be answered and not the way that I would think that they would be answered. Would people care if I died? Would they be disappointed if I left and I didn't tell them what was going on? And how would I have made them feel? Because I wasn't nice to a lot of people. I wasn't nice, but cancer eats at you. It eats you inside and then it eats you outside. And at that time, you just want like one person maybe that you can like talk to. And I became to have like this trust problem where like I don't trust people. I be feeling vibes about them. Sometimes my vibes be off, but us Gemini's blue 9 times out of 10. Um, we feel when something is not. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to connect. I didn't want to connect with people because I didn't trust them. I didn't want it to be we talking, we have a falling out, And then that blown up in my face that actually happened this past summer, from a streamer, but I still wish her well. Um, but I didn't want nobody to throw it in my face, judge me behind my back, or look at me as if like I'm just like just waiting for me, like they just gathering around me, waiting for me to die. So um, I'm just very grateful. Um, when they told me the news that it was no more cancer in my body, I didn't believe it because I was still going through stages from when they told me in February. Um, I don't know. I thought about a lot of things because I lost my grandmother to cancer. Uh, and it still sit with me to this day that she called me the day that she wanted to see me, and I was working a lot, and she couldn't reach me, and then I didn't hear anything else from her, and then I hear her that she passed. And my grandfather had passed from cancer, and my mom is a cancer survivor of 10, 11 years now. She had got cancer when I first had my daughter, and we were already going through the arrangements and talking about if it gets serious and stuff. We walked the similar steps. So um, it was just a lot on me. It was a lot. And then coming on here and pressing live and be like, this could be me right here. This could all be me. And then when I press live, it's like, hey y'all, da 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 da, and nobody would know. Nobody would know because I held that. I held that. I thought everybody was like an enemy. I thought everybody was just like, I can't trust them. I could never tell them that because I don't want to be looked at as a charity case. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it was like, yo, my kids is watching me every day. They're watching me. They watch everything I do, right? I'm in here, I'm still working on customs, boom, hurting. I'm sick, I'm throwing up. I gotta stop in between doing customs, run to the bathroom. I'm throwing up blood. I'm nauseous, and I still gotta keep that energy up for around them because not only are they watching me, your kids pick up on everything. They pick up when you good, they pick up when you bad. And I truly believe that my daughter, she knew something was, because every day she would ask me, "Am I okay?" Every day, and I would lie. I would lie for sure, because I didn't want her to. Yeah. So it was just things of that. I don't wish cancer on nobody, and cancer has taken a lot of people from me, from other people, and it took one of my close friends away from me. She had brain cancer, and
But it's
every
not
day
gonna
she,
take you. Cause
what
we
you
need
said,
you, baby. I said it's not
yeah,
gonna take you because we need you.
right, right. So when they told me that, I was kind of in denial for a while, and it was so crazy. It was like the week that I was supposed to meet my significant other so we can spend time and stuff like that. And he knew by this time, he knew. Um, and it was just kind of like, I don't want to, I don't want to jinx it. It was like, I don't want to say, oh, there's no more cancer in my body. Um, they say they don't detect anything, they don't see it, it's nothing there. It's been removed. And I was like, I don't want to say it to nobody because I don't want to go back to the doctor in the next month and they be like, well, well. So I feel like God answered me even though I questioned him. I feel like it was kind of like, nah, you're not gonna die right now. Uh, my kids need me for real. Like, so that's when my journaling, when I started journaling, that's when it became very like, I still got all my books here for when I was writing. I go back and reread every once in a while. Especially when I'm feeling discouraged, I kind of got to go back and reflect. Was we talking about reflection is divine Saturday? But I didn't get into that over there. But I go back and I reflect and I look at how far I came from being homeless, from um, my house being burned down. I had to stay in a shelter for 2 years, to being in high school and coming up with a plan um, to help my mother so we could get out of the shelter. And so I became a hustler, right? I had to figure it out, to buying a bunch of snacks from the store, toting it around in a pull away luggage, and selling snacks all day in school until they were gone, rinse and repeat until I stacked that money to get me and my mother out the shelter. Because at the time my brothers were older and my sister was living somewhere else. So it was just me and her. Um, to losing people around me, to trying to figure out what I wanted to do, to jobs telling me I wasn't shit, to that I would never amount to nothing, to going to college and they telling me I wouldn't amount to nothing. I dropped out of college my second year. And I had a plan from day one to come up with a plan, and I'm a brainstorm. I'm very strategic, and I said I remember my boss telling me that I wouldn't be nothing. Um, that I'll be back. I'll be back asking for my job back because I quit. I quit a year and a half in because I was getting tired of how I was being treated there. I didn't want to be treated like, a number or anything like that. I wanted to be treated like a person. They didn't do that. And I remember the exit interview, he said I would be back. And then I stacked my money for a year and a half. I started learning about real estate. I became an investor. I got 15 properties under my name right now and counting. And then I started my custom sneaker business. So I couldn't let those things, I had to go back and kind of think about all of that, right? I had to go back and kind of just like, it was like when they say when you die, your life flash. When you die, your life flash. It was like that. It was like everything that I worked hard for, everything. Like you can't tell me now. You can't bring somebody in my eyes that's perfect, a perfect significant other, and a perfect best friend. They're not perfect, but they perfect to me. You can't bring them to me and then take me. Like I didn't understand that, right? So those were battles. Those are battles I had to deal with, and I dealt with it by myself in the dark. I dealt with it, and then once I started talking, shout out to my boyfriend that's right there in the comments. But um, once I started talking about it, he gave me. I tell my boyfriend a lot of the things that I do now is because of him, because he has a gift of talking to people and putting them in a space where you're very comfortable to speak and you're safe. You can tell him anything. It won't go beyond that phone call, those doors, the window. You get what I'm saying? And there was times where I needed uplifting the most. It was times I didn't want to be on shows and stuff. I would have never, ever been on those shows, okay? And my boyfriend is like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, people need to hear you. Like, they need to see you. And I'm like, what? Nah, you good. I stay over here in my comfortable corner. I'm sick. I don't have energy to go on nobody feature show. I did L show my first time doing like a big feature since being a co-host on somebody else's show, um, and I was overcoming the battles of being sick right around that time. And when I got up there, I'm telling my boyfriend I'm nervous. I can't think straight. I can't talk to people. My anxiety, da da da. And he's like, "Yo, you in the street and you motivate and you talk to people all the time, like, So a lot of uh, he saved my life in a lot of ways with things because everybody needs somebody that's gonna uplift them and motivate them, especially in times when they don't feel like they are worthy. And he was there.
Besides, when you met a Gemini that can't talk, come on now. We got that in the back.
And that's the whole thing. I just be chilling. And then I met my sister, Zena. We met through a third party, but we clicked, and we just clicked, and she's another person that I can confide in about stuff. So it was like once the more I was able to talk and kind of All right, I'm gonna share a little. I'm gonna share 1%, 1%, 1%, and then my boyfriend put me in a space where it's like, yo, you good? Like, you need to cry, you need to do anything. We appreciate your chill, right, Mr. Vine? So it's like, I begin to open up more. I'm an emotional person now. I'm a gangster, but I still be crying a lot now. You know what I mean? But um, he put me in a space to let me know that that's okay, right? Because this show, he the one that said reach out to Blue. They need to hear your story. Um, and this is the hardest thing I've ever done. Okay, I spoke about it before in other streams, but for you guys to get insight on what I actually went through emotionally and mentally, I felt like somebody needed to hear it for real. So yeah, um, I've shared with him that they told me I was cleared and I didn't have, I rung the bell. I put it in my bio the day I rung the bell. Because of cancer in my body. And from there, I just been trying to stay focused on like what I eat, which is, if anybody know me, I cook, okay? Every single day I cook. Um, so I've been just trying to change how I eat, push more fluids, water, and stuff like that, and keep myself active. And not to make myself like super nervous and all stirred up anytime that the doctor say they gotta have a second look or do a test on me and stuff like that. I mean, God got the last say, right? The doctor can't tell me um, how long I got, what. So after going through that emotional roller coaster, I still tap into it every now and then. Um, but I just kind of like focus on being more positive and trying to show people the true side of me before all that had happened and took place. So, yeah, it's been a journey. I'm still going through the motions. I'm still journaling. That ain't gonna change. Because journaling helps me a lot. It helps me a lot. So I'll be writing, writing, writing. Geminis can talk, you know. So I'll be talking through the pen. Um, and then I mean, my work didn't stop. I'm still in here doing sneakers in the lab. I'm still doing charities, still secretly donating with no name because you don't need to know who I am. Oh, I got plenty of those.
For that.
But yeah, I'm just super grateful for my family who's around me outside of tag. I'm super grateful for the scouts because Casper is a wonderful CEO. He makes sure that everybody is good. He do check in on people. Shout out to L too. Um, my significant other, my friends, y'all. Real sister, I came to your stream a couple times before. Your show is awesome. Your show is awesome. Uh,
Thank you.
Blue, my baby, forever.
You already know what it is.
And yeah, I am focused on the show. I'm just giving people the props too. So yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share with y'all. Um, I don't know if
If
y'all
y'all
have
just
any
getting
questions
here,
for me.
okay, go ahead.
If anybody got any questions for me, I'll definitely
All right, before
answer
we get
them.
to questions, if y'all are just getting here, this is You Are Enough with me and my co-star Real Sister 46. We are here every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And besides, if you're getting here, you're late because you missed a phenomenal story from a phenomenal person with a phenomenal heart, and you just missed it. Cause hey, you gotta catch it if she decided to tell it again. But if you don't know her, you better get to know her. Her name is Wavy Customs. She is a sneaker customizer. Y'all wait till y'all see these OG blues she gonna make for me when the time comes. One of a kind only. Y'all can't get them. I promise you, you can't. Why they call these OG Blues. But make sure y'all follow her on IG. Go vote for her. She's in a competition. She's trying to get to number one. The more people we can get to rally behind her, let's get this queen where she need to be. Hello.
Hello.
And we normally do ask questions, but your story was so one night. And see, that's the thing about this show. Like, there's no actual structure to it because once you get to sharing, like, how can I stop you and ask you a question? Like, I don't know what to say. I just want to say I commend you for even coming to tell it because, like, even with me doing the show, it's so hard for me to talk about certain stuff still.
Yeah.
And these are very tough topics, but they are topics that have to be discussed. That's why when you did hit me up, like even something as simple as the flyer, I wanted something special,
Right.
something that was totally different. It wasn't the regular flyer. It was specifically made for you because I know you had told me before you're not comfortable talking. Whenever I asked you to be my partner on Attack of the Zodiac, you was like you're not comfortable getting up and speaking in front of people. So
Right.
the fact that you reached out to me to do it, I was like, oh, you know. And then of course, like I said, you're the customizer, so I had to give you something one of a kind. But I don't have nothing to say other than I am so grateful that I got to know you. I even if that last situation was around long enough for me to meet you there.
Right.
But then once I found out you knew my drug, oh, I already knew then, and we was locked in then. Because if you know her and she know you and y'all locked in, that means you're good people and that means you're people I
Right.
need to.
Right.
So then I found out we have so much in common with the whole Brooklyn, with the Brooklyn and the Gemini thing, and it was just like, I know if I ever need to talk to, and vice versa. Like you're someone who's going to understand me because a lot of times we're misunderstood.
Right.
Um, so sometimes it takes a person that has those same characteristics. But I have no questions personally. Anyone in the comments that may want to box up and say something to this beautiful young lady, ask her any questions, feel free. Co-star, you have anything you want to say?
Yes. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as ever, ever imagined. I just want to let you know tonight that you are enough.
Thank
I
you.
have said previously, it's okay not to be okay, but you are enough. And I want to thank you for coming to share your story.
Thank y'all for having me for real.
Anytime. Come on, Casper.
Look, Casper, don't be doing that. Well,
Hey, I was first of all, I want amazing show, ladies, amazing show, Blue, amazing show, Real Sister. Like, for people to be able to
thank
have
you.
a platform to open up and be vulnerable about pretty experiences is amazing. So, kudos to you. But to you, Wavy, you feel me? Like, I want to let you know that you done heard it a lot today, but like, we super, super proud of you because I mean, it's difficult to come on here and tell a personal story and just open
Mhm.
up. It truly can help somebody along the journey, and your strength and the way you endured and the way that you didn't give up. That's what I heard through the story. Is like, I'm not giving up. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep doing this. I got to keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? And that's an inspiration to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And so definitely kudos to you for being able to get up here, to be vulnerable, to talk about your story. And I'm so honored that you ride with us. You feel me? Like, and we got you. Like I said, you ain't by yourself no more because we gonna hold you down. And it's bigger than, you know what I'm saying. This shit is bigger than tag. You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying? But that's
thank you,
another
thank you.
conversation. But we
Language.
definitely. Oh, my bad. This stuff is bigger than tag. It's bigger than tag. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely we proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of how you've overcame. I'm proud of your journey, and I look forward to seeing like what you got next. Because I feel like your story is not even over yet. Like, it's so much more that you got to do. And like I kept saying in the comments, like, it's not your time. You got more work to do. And
Right.
so
Yeah, because
definitely
Cass
keep
about to
your
drop
head up.
these bands on these scout sneaks. You know what I'm saying? So you got
Yeah,
you
you
got
already
you got
know. You know.
you got to make sure you get
But I
the
do want to
young
say,
lady right. You
I
know.
did hear that you said you got 15 properties. You might, when you after this show, I need you to go ahead and swipe
All right,
and
box
then
me
come and
down
holler
now
at your boy.
because he's trying to talk
I need you to come to Jet
Go on, box me
Dragons.
down.
You know what I'm saying?
His
Dragon.
time in the box is
Hotel.
over
I need,
with,
oh,
sister.
you feel me? Like, I just need
His
that.
time in the box is over.
I'm an investor. I make smart investments. Okay.
Right, totally a smart investment.
Uh, I'm smart, but I appreciate you guys for allowing me to tell my story thoroughly. Uh, to give you the space to go through it.
I love y'all. I just love y'all.
So
Oh, y'all. It's all my
I just
baby.
wanna I just wanna say real quick, like right, because I was gonna say this to you anyway when you got off. So why not just say it now? I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of everything that you just did tonight. Like, and this is a major step forward to who you are going to become. Like, you already currently are an amazing person. Like, you shine bright. You you do a lot for people that you don't even know that you do for them, right? Like, so it's just like you get into this place where you're able to open up more, where you're able to just be vulnerable and just allow yourself to be you. That's getting back to who you're supposed to be. Something that cancer took away from you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the idea of you becoming a better person, and now you're on that journey, and I love you. I'm proud of you. Like, just to say, like, really quickly, like, it was definitely hard learning that you had this, knowing that I lost my mom, the most important person to me to it too. It was scary, but leave you, you got me. No, stop. Who leaving? What? Like, I will beat God up. Quit playing with me. Like, I will go beat God, Satan up, and we go, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm sorry. Love y'all.
Love you, babe.
Um, hey y'all, great show, another great episode.
Thank
I
you.
was, of course, I was. As soon as I came in, I saw the look on your face, Wavy. So I ain't say nothing or like throw nothing. 'Cause I didn't want to distract you or take you out of that zone, right? And you shared things like, you and I are friends, so like we've definitely talked before, but you shared things here that I never heard you say. And one of the things that I wanted to point out to you, because I really want you to remember this, is I didn't know that your mom was a cancer survivor. But I want you to rest assured knowing that your mom broke that chain for you so that you don't have to deal with that. You feel me? Like, and we've talked about the how close you are with your mom, and like we share that. And I just want you to know that I believe in my heart that she broke that so that you didn't have to deal with that. You didn't have to carry that burden of not being here. And I also want you to know I didn't know that you were still customizing that heavily, and that you would be taking breaks and like hiding from the kids and stuff like that. And I know how you feel about your daughter. How about your kids? But I got to think. Well, I know how you feel about your daughter, and I want you to know that in the same way that your mom broke that curse for you, you broke a curse for her, keeping her safe, keeping her warm through the hardest time of your life. She didn't have a worry. And while it might be difficult to think back like, oh, I had to tell her this to keep her comfort, you did that. You did that. You're so much more powerful than I even realize. And I'm on the outside looking in and seeing you, so I see it, right? But every time I hear you talk, it's a whole nother level of power and strength. And not saying that you have to be strong, right? Because I know sometimes that's hard, especially as Black women. But what I want you to know is that you did it. You did it. And I'm sorry. I am so proud of you, my friend. I didn't realize that. Thank you for opening up and giving us more insight on that. I didn't realize, all the things. You don't realize everybody's story until like they tell it to you. And while I knew what was going on, I didn't have those visuals. So I just want you to realize like your strength in that chain and keeping your family together and that legacy. You did that. You did that. You reaped the benefits that your mom sacrificed for you, and then you went ahead and passed that right along to your daughter. And I'm proud of you. I'm inspired by you, and I love you. Y'all, great show. Thank you.
Thank you, my drug. But yes. That is the end of our show. If you want to give your outro, Wavy, We never have to leave when we in. It's always a community of positivity. So we just sit around and talk. But just to give the outro,
Okay.
let the people know where they can find you.
Um, my name is Wavy. I'm your favorite sneaker customizer. Make sure y'all tap in with me on Instagram right now. I'm in a contest. I think I got 2 hours left or 3 hours left of this contest. If you could go vote, the link is in my Instagram bio, so I can advance to the next round. It's been a very, very, very long journey. Um, I feel in my heart I deserve to win this contest, but I believe that in God's hands. Um, yeah, I'm dropping a new series of customs, the anime series, in January. Um, I am. I'm gonna be on L and L the drug. My sister and my close friend, her showcase, her Beyonce experience showcase, January 14th. Um, what else I got going on? I'm gonna be on double show December 11th. I think I'm gonna be on Casper show tomorrow.
And I'm
Um,
still waiting on when you want to be on Hood Feud. Holla at me.
yeah, I'm
We
just
put
trying
you
to.
and Aquarian on there together. Hey, look, we can make it a scout thing. You Aquarian, Ellen Casper. No, never mind. Not, I can't, never mind. I keep forgetting that classes with Geek Out. I keep trying to get y'all on there because I want y'all, but I keep forgetting that classes with Geek Out.
I'm just super, super blessed, and I'm very grateful for the people that surround me. I don't need a lot of people, but the people who are around me, uh, I'm very grateful. No, L, I didn't look at it that way until you just put it that way. You always have a good way of putting your words together, okay? But I'm very grateful. So I appreciate everybody who pulled up, everybody who been showing me support and love through this contest journey and sharing and everything like that. I truly appreciate it. But make sure y'all tap in, follow me on Instagram. You're gonna check customs. My commissions is not gonna be open till January though. But yeah, that's my outro, guys.
Y'all better get in line because once y'all see these OG blues, I don't need nobody hating. I'm just telling y'all, hey, you better get your own, okay? Because you definitely can't get them.
I appreciate y'all, but I'm gonna chill here for a little bit and then I'm gonna go and tend to the children.
All
But
right.
thank you, Zena. See you, baby.
Thank you.
I love you, my wavy baby.
I love y'all too. More than y'all know. I love y'all more than I know. And a quick little PSA. I did tell my mom. She did break down and cried. And she said, "Don't you ever keep no shit like that for me again."
Oh yeah, your
I
mom
said,
from New York.
"My mother, yeah."
Oh yeah, she was about to beat you down. My mom, listen, my mama just telling me
My
I'm
mother
just
was
telling her that
initially my
I'm
mother
into
was
this little
initially
thing.
born in my mom was initially born in Boston, Mass. Uh, and she later moved to New York. My father is from the Barbados, so my mom met my father while traveling, and then the rest was history. So
The rest is wavy, baby.
yeah, then they brought me to Brooklyn, and that's how that came about. But yeah, as she should. But yeah, super
It's
super
funny that
great.
you picked it as your name. I don't know how it came about because I always say people from Brooklyn are wavy. Anytime
Hey,
I meet, especially a dude, anytime I meet a dude, I was like, oh, he a wavy nigga.
and that's where the name initiated from because after going through like the being homeless for 2 years and seeing my mom is a very like hard worker. That's why I get all my work ethic from. That's why I get my drive, my initiative. Like what? Anything facing me, let's go. So during that time was the first time I ever seen her broke. Yeah, her and Aquarian are birthday twins. Uh,
Oh
that's
wow.
the first
Mm.
time that I ever seen her break like that, and I just remember she was trying to like try to get all her resources together, try to figure it out, and me at the age of 13, that's when that happened. So what happened is my house got caught electrical fire, we lost everything, uh, and family was shady, right? So we said it's just us, all we got right now, you know what I mean? So seeing my mom break in that moment, it lit a fire within me that I just felt like I had to do something, right? So I would work summer jobs. I worked anywhere that they will allow me to work, and I just came up with that plan of, well, we don't got no candy truck, no food truck in the morning. I'm about to start selling, you know what I mean? And that's how that came about like that. So when I first told her that we wouldn't be in this situation for a long time, she kind of like laughed it off like that's cute, you know? But I was dead ass. I was like, we're not gonna be in this situation long. Like I made that happen. I made that happen. So yeah, she's the reason why I go hard like I do, and that I'm not afraid to show when I'm going through something in front of my kids. But that particular situation with the cancer, I didn't want my daughter to be stressed because then she's gonna carry that to school. She's gonna carry that, and I didn't want that. So I felt like some things you save your children from, and that was one of the things that I decided to keep to myself. So yeah, yeah, uh, yeah, been through a lot.
So do you make shoes for anybody?
Yeah, I make
Mm.
I do shoes, boots. You could think it, I can make it, and then I'm tapping into some other things because for me, I'm a person that don't like to. I like I like change, so um, I'm gonna expand my horizons next year and start and come out with something that nobody didn't expect for me to come out with. But yeah, anything that you can think of. I started out with my custom business. For people that don't know the backstory, my daughter is the reason why my business is up and running. She put the idea in my head, but she wanted some Crocs for her birthday. I found somebody to do them, but they wouldn't have been done in time for her birthday.
Mm.
The girl said it take 8 weeks, and she was charging like $500, $400 or $500, and I was just saying to my daughter, "This is what you really want? You want these? I mean, if you really want them, I'll buy them." But and she out of nowhere, she was just like, "Ma, why don't you make them?" And that's how that started. Yeah, she wanted 500 for something that looked like this. Yeah. So I was like, I can get them if you really want it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I said the same thing. But if she really wanted them, I would have. Because my daughter's a straight AB student. She don't give me no problems, nothing like that. So I was like, if you want them, and then she was like, you should make them. You should make them. You should get all the stuff and you make them. And I was like, what? Nah. And then my mom confirmed it. She was the second person. She was just like, your daughter would really like it if you made it. If it was coming from you, it'd mean more. And that's how that happened. I brought some Crocs, brand new, and I started just for 2 months straight. It was trial and error, and everything I learned is from YouTube University. Everything, because nobody would help me. Nobody would give me no insight. Everybody was gatekeeping because they don't want you to make no bread. It was just so annoying. But I ended up just testing things out and working on things myself, and that's how that came about. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put these on Instagram and see how people feel about them. And when I put them up there, it got like really good feedback. So that's how that started. Sneakers probably just started like last summer. I started doing sneakers. Like the breast cancer ones I did for the little girl who passed away. Her mom is grieving. My mom is really grieving, and I told her I would never sell these ever. I wouldn't even make these for anybody else. These are one on ones. But I designed this box. I designed this box, and I was so happy to make these for her. Her mother was a cancer survivor, so she just told me to freestyle them, but she just wanted the breast cancer ribbon on them. To tell her daughter that she's strong, if she got through it, she can get through it type.
Mm. I love those.
That's beautiful.
And then I put the breast cancer ribbon on the sides. And she don't want them right now, but I tell her, whenever it comes a time and you want them, they'll be here. They'll be here. I'm not gonna sell them. Absolutely not. So, yep.
Well, I'm gonna kick it with y'all, but everybody knows I'm currently in the hospital and I am hurting, so I will be right back.
I'm
Don't go
sorry.
too soon. But yeah, anybody that's under the sound of my voice, if you do have a free day and you want to be on any GQ content, if you have a story you want to tell on You Are Enough, even if it's not like we don't even care about the theme. Whatever your story is, we will fit the theme. We will make that theme about you that day. Because we did not know we were gonna be talking about this today, and hey, as soon as she said it, I called my co-star and I was like, hey, "This is what we doing Sunday."
Yeah, you made that flyer like I was like, whoa.
In the hospital bed from my phone.
And
I ain't even have on my
tell
equipment.
it,
I was that passionate about making that flyer. Like I
tell
wanted
it.
that to
That
be.
flyer is fire.
I
That
wanted that to
Look,
be. I wanted it to. I wanted it to have the effect it had. I wanted to
yeah,
highlight you because you are a survivor.
yeah.
now you got Blue want me to get my story out, and I'm not
Yes,
one to want
because
to be doing all that.
listen, you inspired a whole survivors edition. Next week is about spina bifida. One of our sisters in GQ, she's a survivor of that. And to
Okay.
end our first season of You Are Enough, can y'all believe we're at the end of the first season? Our
Woo,
14th episode.
let's
The end
go.
of our first season on December 17th will be dedicated to survivors of lupus, aka including my co-star.
Yes.
She
I'm
even
definitely
some Sundays she sit here to tell people they are enough. She is hurting from the pains of lupus. So yes, it will be in my live. She will be the guest of honor. There will be a special edition flyer for both spina bifida and lupus.
I'll be here. I'll definitely be here.
So yes, I would love for everybody to come back out. But I gotta go. I gotta call my nurse. I will be right back, y'all.
All right. Let me
It's
go.
okay.
Uh, Turn to my kids, but I appreciate everybody who came. But yeah.
I just want you to know that you inspired me to go ahead and talk about what I go through as a lupus survivor.
Yes.
So I just want to thank you.
Um, I will be here to hear your story too. It's not next week, it's the following.
It's the following week. Next
Oh,
week is spina bifida.
final bifida, okay. What's up, here? I see you. I seen you in the comments. But I'm gonna go feed my kids. And I see make sure y'all vote for me if you haven't already. The contest is going until midnight. The link is in my Instagram bio or my personal page. I appreciate that love.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. And I stream. Y'all can catch me. I'm random, but I usually stream at night, 10 p.m. I try to stay on till like 2. I try. I ain't gonna hold you to that, okay? But or you can catch me during the day. I usually go on probably like 2 or 3 and stay on for a little while.
You
I'm
said it's
going
in your
to find
bio.
the oh, let me save you. Huh? It's
You
in
said
my
it's in your bio
yes,
on
in my
Instagram.
Instagram tag wouldn't let me be great. I couldn't put that on there. But it's in my bio. If anybody want to vote for me, it's free every 24 hours. But what it is today is the deadline before they do elimination at midnight. I've been trying to tell everybody. I've been trying. Okay. But what's for me will be for me. Zena, I see you. Best friend. You know the vibes. Make sure y'all fave Zena. That's my heart right there for real. Make sure y'all fave L. Uh, she's my person too that I go to and talk to about a lot of things. Um, yeah, Casper, I see you. Your words are very heartfelt for real. Uh, just trying to be a better person, trying to just show people, even through the storm, you still, you know, everybody going through stuff. Everybody. So I love all y'all. Scouts, what's good? I see King of Fury, you know the vibes, baby. And I faved you. You got my vote. I appreciate that, here. I'm not stressing about it. I've been stressing about it all day. I just left it alone. Um, I left it alone because I can't worry about it, right? I'll worry about it. I pull my damn hair out. But super grateful to get this far in the contest. Super grateful for my support system on and off the app. And yeah, make sure y'all tap in with me. If you want your customs, my commission opened back in January. I'm booked and busy as of right now during these holidays, but I got y'all. And make sure y'all tap in January 14th. That's gonna be my first performance ever on Tag. Okay, ever. So make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all check in with Modern Day Bay. Hello, herself. Tuesdays, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. L baby. Make sure y'all tap in with Casper. Geeked Out tomorrow, 8 p.m. Casper. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. I'm confident it's 8 p.m. Okay. Make sure y'all tap in with him. I'll be trying to keep track of everybody's schedules. Okay. But I love y'all. I'm a
Love you too.
Ooh, that was a good show.